ng drama, tawanan, balita at all-time favorite music hits. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang inyong kasama. We're the place where you truly belong. Mula sa TVH Group of Networks, ito ang inyong himpilan. Ito ang inyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila. This is koolNews at 6.
Good evening, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 6:01 p.m. and this is koolNews at 6. I am Caro. We are live on Kool FM and News Radio 93.1, where we share the latest news headlines that truly care for you. Beginning with our first headline, the Department of Agriculture implied there may be an egg supply shortage of 2 months from now, as many local producers suffer losses due to oversupply and lower prices last year. Agriculture Secretary Francisco Laura Julius said on Friday, "The unfortunate thing, our forecast is there might be a shortage of eggs by April. The problem with the shortage is that last year, there was an oversupply of eggs, causing farm gate prices to drop by 4 pesos per piece, he told reporters in Filipino. Many suffered losses. Those who incurred losses called their laying hens to generate cash, he said. This particular situation significantly reduced the population of egg-laying hens, potentially impacting future supply, according to the secretary. Tularo said local poultry raisers need hatching eggs as the demand for this commodity has started to increase. Philippine Egg Port Association Chairman Emeritus Gorio San Diego said in a text message, "We don't see it that way. However, anything can happen. There are so many cases of bird flu in other countries, and I hope it doesn't reach our country." San Diego also said the domestic supply of eggs has increased since then. Tularo said the potential egg supply shortfall can still be addressed even though the agency does not have existing programs to support those livestock owners who intentionally or voluntarily slaughter their chickens to cut their losses. He said, hopefully there may be a chance to avert this because it's only February. But at least, looking forward, we know there's a problem and we will act on it. The agriculture chief urged financial institutions such as the Land Bank of the Philippines and the Development Bank of the Philippines to provide funding to support the industry's repopulation efforts. Such projects can help avert a crisis similar to the situation affecting the United States, where an avian influenza outbreak has led to the culling of millions of egg-laying chickens. Tularo said, "I just came back from America. There, eggs are sold from $2.45 per tray to $4.15 per tray. And in their supermarkets, I no longer see eggs. There's a limit of 1 to 2 trays per individual." Hoping to elevate the risk, the DA said it is expediting the importation of egg-laying chickens and pushing for immediate approval of avian influenza vaccines by the Food and Drug Administration. Likewise, the agency is secure about the existence of a 300 million peso budget requested by the National Livestock Program to fund vaccine testing, with the possibility of mass inoculation beginning as early as March. The monetary release of these vaccines, according to Tularo, will give confidence to the industry. Currently, the Philippines has no positive cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza, based on the Bureau of Animal Industries update as of January 24. There were no ongoing cases since polling the population and surveillance activities within 1 kilometer radius in the previously reported cases were completed, it added. And Coordinating Center received 10,400 10,004 online scam complaints in 2024. That's over 3 times the 3,370 complaints the agency received in 2023. In 2024, cybercrime victims lost nearly 198 million pesos, the first ever statistics on losses that the CICC released. CICC Executive Director Alexander Ramos explained the growing cybercrime awareness and willingness to report led to the triple increase. He said, in previous years, people were not aware that they were being scammed, and many were not also aware of where to file their complaints. We also owe this to our partners who have been encouraging the public to report to our hotline or through other channels and platforms, Ramos added. Aside from scam complaints, the CICC gave the following information. Consumer fraud accounted for 3,534 or 35% of total complaints received. Consumer frauds included non-delivery of goods and services with 86% and fake advertisements with 8%. Online fraud accounted for 3,242 or 32% of the total. Online fraud covered financial fraud with 957 cases, impersonification with 920 cases, job scams with 396 cases, investment scams with 396 cases, and love scams with 72 cases. Other types of complaints included unsolicited communication, illegal access, identity theft, sexual cybercrime, phishing, and cyberlabel. GCash was the top wallet that victims used in the consumer fraud, online fraud, and phishing recordings. In addition, they recorded a total loss of 76.4 million pesos. Online scam victims also used BPI, Kotime, and Maya. The users recorded total losses of 28.4 million pesos, 15.3 million pesos, and 13.9 million pesos. The CICC reminds the public to report their online scam complaints to the Interagency Response Center. You may call their toll-free hotline at 1326, which operates 24/7 from Mondays to Sundays, including holidays. Again, the toll-free hotline is 1326. That's 1326. Meanwhile, February greeted consumers with higher prices of liquefied petroleum gases. In separate advisories, Petron and Solin branded LPG products increased prices by 17 centavos and 73 centavos per kilogram, respectively, starting Saturday. This reflects the international contract price of LPG for the month of February, Petron said. The adjustment translates to a 7.70 pesos to 8.03 pesos increase for a regular 11 kilogram household LPG cylinder. Clean Fuel also announced that its automobile LPG price went up by 0.35 pesos per liter. Data from the Department of Energy showed that an 11 kilogram LPG tank in Metro Manila before the new price hike ranged from 860 pesos to 1,140 pesos, while the common price of oral LPG stood at 42.55 pesos per liter. And the Vatican deceased that the San Gregory the Great Parish Church, commonly known as Majajay Church in Majajay Town, Laguna, is a minor basilica. This is a first for the province. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of the Philippines made the announcement on Friday that this decree was dated January 25. It stemmed from a petition by the Diocese of San Pablo in Laguna submitted to the Vatican last December, the CBCB said in a statement. According to the 1989 document, Domus Celeste, a church may be granted the title of Mother Basilica if it meets the following conditions. The church must have been dedicated to God by a liturgical rite and must stand out as a center of active and pastoral liturgy. The church should have an appropriate size and it has a sufficiently large sanctuary. The church may enjoy a certain renown throughout the diocese, also considering the historical value and worthiness of its ark. And the church must have a fitting number of presses and capacity to celebrate for seasons in the liturgical year in the praiseworthy manner. It is now 6:10 p.m. as we will continue with more news headlines right here on koolNews at 6. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
This koolNews edition was brought to you by Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated. One Mel's. Walang kasing katulad na saya sa pagkaing abot kaya. Tender Josie, #1 hotdog, walang katulad. Ginuman San Rafael, ganadong mabuhay. And Shalom Kainan Restaurants, the Philippines' first ever contemporary Filipino Jewish cuisine, now serving you in 10 locations nationwide. The insane rock of Manila has never been this good. This is Rock Weekdays with G. Mondays to Fridays, 4:30 p.m. on Cool FM. You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide ba?
Excellent health, excellent life. EXL Makabuhay Plus.
Mas murang alternatibo sa makabuhay? Bakit ka maniniwala sa ibang brands? Kaya nga mura, kasi kulang. Huwag tipirin ang iyong kalusugan. EXL Coffee Mix, gawa sa native purple corn, arabica, spirulina, ginseng, ginger, turmeric, ganoderma, mangosteen, malunggay, cinnamon, guava, at rosehip. Tiyak na vegan, gluten-free, at low in caffeine pa. Plus insulin plant na tumutulong magpababa ng mataas na blood sugar level. Siguradong healthy ka with EXL Coffee Mix. EXL Coffee Mix, the non-acidic coffee. Iwas asim sa sikmura at iwas heart palpitation. For a better and healthier you, switch to EXL Makabuhay Plus. Sa EXL Makabuhay, dagdag buhay.
Pre, makinig ka muna. Payong kaibigan lang ha. Work hard, play hard. Yan ang motto ko dati. Pero nakakapagod din pala katagalan sa gitna ng lahat ng puyat, inom at pagkain ng masasarap. Kasama na ang oily and fatty foods, kailangan pa rin bantayan ang kalusugan. Tamang kontrol ang kailangan. Katuwang ko ang Liverade, si Limerine supplement na best with proper diet and exercise. Cheers to more good times. Salamat sa Liverade. Mabibili ang Liverade sa mga leading drugstores nationwide. Mahalagang paalala, ang Liverade ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin paggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Problema sa prostate? Ikonsulta sa doktor yan at tumumar ng Markup Capsule Food Supplement araw-araw sapagkat nagtataglay ito ng Sopalmeto Extract na ayon sa mga eksperto ng Sopalmeto ay nakatutulong sa problema ng prostate ng kalalakihan. Kaya mag-Markup Capsule Food Supplement araw-araw para always kang ready.
New Surf Sapton Fresh and Bloom. May 3 times amoy pawis shield. Kaya based on black chest and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf!
Coco Martin po, para sa next generation Toyota Tamaraw. Tulad ko, ang bagong Tamaraw, iba't iba ang mga karakter. Bida sa pamilya, sa negosyo, sa adventure. Iba-ibang forma para sa iba't ibang pangangailangan. Angat sa diskarte, may maaasahang lakas at tibay pa. Kaya dito na tayo sa bagong Tamaraw. Kasama natin sa ating mga panalo sa buhay. Abante, posible sa next generation Toyota Tamaraw.
Handa ka na umabante? Posible! Punta na sa Toyota dealer to reserve the Tamaraw of your dreams. Starts at 937,000 for the 2.4 drop-side diesel manual transmission long wheelbase.
Good morning, Miss Grace. Tell me about yourself.
Hello po. Graduate po ko sa bungi. Major in bungi. Magna cum bungi. Ako po'y very bungi worker. And I think I can be a great bungi to this company.
Tulad ka ba ni Grace na mas pansin ang bungi kaysa sa credentials?
Miss Bungi, Grace, sa ngayon wala kaming opening. We'll get back to you na lang, ha?
Kung ikaw rin ay may bungi prob sa job hunting, maaari kang mabigyan ng Polydent ng libreng pustiso sa Oplan Balikngiti program. Go to polydentbalikngiti.com now.
Magdobling ingat dahil advanced na ang mga scammers ngayon. Kaya nilang gumawa ng IMSI catcher na parang fake cell towers para kumonek sa phone mo. Gamit to, nagsisend sila ng text na may link na kunwari galing sa mga legitimate institutions tulad ng GCash. Pag makatanggap ng message with a link, SMS spoofing scam yan. Tandaan, GCash will never send links. Kahit GCash ang nag-text ng link, huwag mong i-click. Galing ang SMS sa scammers na gumagamit ng illegal cell site para ma-hijack ang SMS. GCash is supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Kahit GCash ang nag-text ng link, huwag mong i-click. SMS spoofing scam yan. Galing ang SMS sa scammers na gumagamit ng illegal cell site para ma-hijack ang SMS. Tandaan, GCash will never send links.
Senador Bongo Bongo, Bongo Bongo, Bongo Bongo na. Mr. Malasakit, Senador Bongo, bisyo ang magserbisyo.
Ako po ang inyong Senator Kuya Bongo, patuloy na magsiserbisyo sa inyo lahat dahil ako po ay naniniwala na ang serbisyo sa tao, serbisyo po yan sa Diyos.
Bongo Bongo na. Mr. Malasakit, Senador Bongo, bisyo ang magserbisyo.
Unlock the power of cellular renewal with Ultima Stem Plus. More than a stem cell activator, it's your all-in-one defense against premature aging, oxidative stress, and DNA damage. Protect, repair, and rejuvenate from within. Experience the science of lasting vitality. Ultima Stem Plus.
There's good and there's finger licking good. There's good and there's finger licking good. It's a taste that you crave, and you taste every day. Nothing comes close to match, unmatched. Nothing comes close to match, unmatched. Ito lang ang inaasahan, di nila mapapantayan. Nothing comes close to match, unmatched. Nothing comes close to match, unmatched.
Order KFC via the new KFC app today.
Welcome back to koolNews at 6. Let's continue with our headlines. Allowing the National Telecommunications Commission to have approving control of block time agreements could be negatively impacting market competition in the free television sector, a new study released by the Philippine Competition Commission said. In a 30-page study titled Block Timing Practices in the Philippine Free TV Industry, the competition watchdog warned of the potential consequences of such a regulation, which was started by the NTC in 2022. Overall, requiring prior approval of the NTC before engaging in block time agreements could potentially pose significant negative impacts on market competition, it said in the report's conclusion. The memorandum may raise barriers to entry of block timers, unnecessarily raise costs, create regulatory uncertainty, and distort competition, it noted. Back in June 2022, the NTC released a memorandum limiting the amount of daily airtime that television and radio stations can sell to block timers to 50%. Additionally, it restricted block time agreements and mergers during the time, a period which coincided with the announced total plan between ABS-CBN Corporation and TV5 Network Incorporated to enter into such a deal. Aside from this, the BCC also tagged the non-renewal of ABS-CBN's franchise as another anti-competitive development in the country's free television space. It said it has led to a substantial increase in market concentration, with GMA Network emerging as the dominant player. This concentration raised concerns about competition and access to broadcasting frequencies, as well as potential limitations on content diversity and audience choice, the BCC said in this report. Despite this, the PCC said that larger networks like GMA are not currently engaged to limit airtime access. Larger networks recognize the value of diverse content, making it unlikely for them to solely secure shows from one producer, the PCC report said. Engaging in foreclosure strategies limits the range of air television content, which may decrease audience reach, it added, noting such is a crucial factor in attracting potential advertisers and revenue generating opportunities. Due to these agreements, the PCC said that the jurisdiction of NTC on block time agreements must be confirmed before it regulates the specific segment of the industry. The PCC recommends that this information be effectively communicated to the concerned stakeholders, the PCC further said. In doing so, the NTC would ensure effective oversight of the industry, particularly in terms of implementing rules that may affect market competition, it explained. This will also clarify any misunderstanding that may arise from the interpretation of and compliance to the subject memorandum, the study explained. Predictable regulatory environment can help foster a level playing field among players in the industry, it emphasized. It also said the potential impact of the NTC memorandum on content diversity and the ability of content producers to access airtime should be carefully considered. Meanwhile, the PCC recommended that the government can promote competition by awarding licenses to new 8 TV stations to address the issue of the non-renewal of the ABS-CBN franchise. Likewise, relevant authorities may reconsider the renewal of ABS-CBN's franchise upon satisfying other regulatory requirements, it said. And now for the weather, the country can expect either no tropical cyclones or just one tropical cyclones this February, according to the Philippine Atmospheric Geophysical and Astronomical Service Administration, or PAGASA. PAGASA weather specialist Grace Castañeda made the forecast on Saturday morning. Moreover, the National Weather Service has not seen any new low pressure areas within or outside the Philippine area of responsibility as of February 1. Castañeda said, this month of February, it's possible that none or that we would have one tropical cyclone that may form or enter our area of responsibility. According to our monthly climatology track, this tropical cyclone may possibly approach the eastern portion of Visayas and Mindanao, Castañeda noted. It's also possible that it will curve and be far from any part of our landmass, she added. If one does form and enter the Philippine area of responsibility, it will be locally known as Aurin, the first in PAGASA's roster of tropical cyclone names. Now heading over to international headlines. A small jet with 6 people on board crashed into a busy Philadelphia for Friday, officials said, marking another U.S. aviation disaster after a passenger plane and a military helicopter collided mid-air in Washington earlier this week. Video footage appeared to show the twin-engine plane descending at a sharp angle towards the residential area, sparking a huge fireball upon impact and shouldering wreckage over homes and vehicles. The Federal Aviation Administration said the aircraft was a Learjet 55, an American-French business jet that had taken off shortly before from northeast Philadelphia Airport bound for Branson, Missouri. The crash happened just after 6 p.m. Data from tracking site FlightAware suggested the aircraft was used to transport medical patients. Jet Rescue Air Ambulance told U.S. media in a statement there were 2 passengers, including a pediatric patient and 4 crew, adding, at this time, we cannot confirm any survivors. Thousands of emergency workers were on the scene outside Roosevelt Mall, a strip mall in northeast Philadelphia with retailers and food outlets. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday took to his Truth Social platform and said he was sad to see more souls lost in the Philadelphia tragedy. He praised first responders, adding, God bless you all. Several witnesses told local TV crews that they saw body parts in or near the wreckage, as Philadelphia City Council member Mike Driscoll said he feared there were several casualties, potentially including residents or others on the ground. It doesn't look good, and it's a sad situation here. We don't see any. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro gathered with local officials near the crash zone as he lamented the awful aviation disaster. We know that there will be loss in this region, he said. The FAA said it was launching an investigation along with the National Transportation Safety Board. Meanwhile, Japan is seen allowing foreign nationals to work under its specified skilled worker program at restaurants and hotels licensed under the entertainment business law in response to severe labor shortages, GG Press learned Friday. Specifically, the government is considering allowing foreign workers under the program to take orders and serve and cook food at restaurants at ryokan Japanese-style inns and hotels while maintaining a ban on them pouring drinks for customers, informed sources said. The government plans to present the idea to a panel of experts shortly. If approved, the government aims to revise its field-specific implementation guidelines for the program based on the immigration control law as early as spring. The program allows foreign workers to stay in the country for the minimum to long term. Type 1 workers with certain skills and experience can work in 16 fields for a stay of up to 5 years, while Type 2 workers with higher skill levels who can work in 11 fields can stay in Japan indefinitely. The restaurant industry is included in both types, but foreigners under the program are not allowed in principle to work at restaurants licensed under the entertainment business law in order to ensure a safe working environment for them. Many inns and hotels have licensed under the law so that they can entertain guests, including with geisha dance and other performances. In response to a spike in visitors to Japan after the COVID-19 pandemic, staff shortages are growing at restaurants, at inns, and hotels. Against the background, the All Japan Ryokan Hotel Association and others have called for easing regulations on foreign workers. And FBI agents who participated in the investigations that led to now abundant criminal charges against President Donald Trump are expected to be fired, U.S. media reported Friday. Dozens of FBI agents involved in the prop of Trump supporters who stormed U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, and some civil processes are also being evaluated for possible removal as soon as the end of Friday, CNN said, quoting people briefed on the matter. NBC News said the purge includes more than 20 heads of Federal Bureau of Investigation field offices, including those in Miami and Washington. According to CNN, at least 6 senior FBI leaders have been ordered to retire, resign, or be fired by Monday. The Justice Department fired a number of officials on Monday who were involved in the prosecutions of Trump. Justice Department said the officials were being terminated because the acting Attorney General did not believe they could be trusted to faithfully implement the president's agenda. And finally, in the showbiz, Malloy of P-pop girl Gubini reiterated that there is no truth to the dating rumors involving her and Rico Blanco, stressing that she just met him for the first time in January. The dating speculations arose after a clip of Malloy and Blanco crossing the street in La Union circulated on social media in early January. The pair, however, were with several other companions, including artists Sid Benitez, Plaza Silonga, Agnes Rioma, and Pat Lasanten during the said trip. Malloy set the record straight on the matter during her and fellow BD members' interview on Fast Talk with Boy Ambunda on Friday, January 31. The topic was brought up after show host Ambunda asked Malloy how she addresses fake news. Malloy said they have no control about it, but she nonetheless appealed to stop spreading fake news this 2025. It is now 1 minute before 6:30 p.m. and that brings us to the end of koolNews at 6. We will return with more news headlines later with koolNews Prime Time at 11:30 p.m. Until then, I am Cairo, and the music continues with Tambayan ni Chito because our fellow good DJ Chito will be taking over the music for 1 hour before the Dreamy Show. Until then, good evening.